Flow Business has your back with our digital live event, InKnowvation Small Business Fridays. 4 Fridays in October, 4 amazing speakers. 4 hands-on workshops hosted by Caribbean business leaders to help take you to the next level. Need an investment? We got you. Pitch your business to win your share of up to $15,000 in cash and prizes. That's right, $15,000.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second Small Business Friday. Hope you all are doing well today. Before I get into today's event, I would like to give an overview of who we are. Flow Business and B2C Business were launched to deliver enhanced products and services to our small business customers in the region, and the introduction of Flow Business continues throughout the region. Small and medium businesses represent a large segment of the business across the Caribbean, and the implementation of Small Business Month is designed to signal to these SMB community that we are putting significant resources behind our commitment to this particular sector. As the global COVID-19 crisis continues to severely impact businesses, particularly small businesses, we are actively targeting SMBs to help cope with the new reality. Going beyond business connectivity, through Flow Business in Trinidad, we offer the digital tools through our smart solution that SMBs need to stay productive and keep thriving as they adapt and transform their businesses. When we launched Flow Business late last year, it was built on a commitment to provide dedicated support to the local small business sector and providing you all with business class service. And as the world literally changed around us today, our commitment remains stronger than ever. Digital disruption is real, everyone, and it is happening now. It is fundamentally challenging and changing the way in which businesses are required to compete both today and for decades to come. The world as we know it has changed. Let's be honest. Small businesses and startups particularly are now presented with an opportunity to retool and rethink digital strategies so that you can use the benefits of taking your businesses online and drive real business results. And of course, here comes Small Business Friday, offering you the tools and techniques that you need to do just that. So I am pleased to welcome you, and I encourage you to remain fully engaged for the duration of this event. I assure you it will be fun. And remember, there are prizes to be won. Once again, welcome to InKnowvation, Small Business Fridays from the entire B2B team in Trinidad and Tobago. And be sure to join us next week as we move to Jamaica. I now hand you over to Yolan at the studio.
Thank you, Bradley, and welcome all to our small business owners and to those even thinking of starting a new venture. Last Friday, things kicked off in Barbados, and today we turn the spotlight on the beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on a sunny day in the capital city of Port of Spain. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Trinidad and Tobago live stream of our event series, InKnowvation Small Business Fridays, which is really designed to equip you with the expertise and tools you need to thrive in the digital age. We have a packed agenda for you. We are delighted to have Trisha Kusal, renowned business leader and president of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association. She'll be joining us to share her story, pivoting for success, the digital advantage. And then I will engage small business owner Solange Richardson. She's the owner of Sole Beauty Salon. I'll engage her in a one-on-one to share her business survival strategies with the onset of the global pandemic. I really look forward to hearing how she has used digital tools and technologies to help her navigate through these uncharted waters. And then we move on to our breakout workshops led by 4 subject matter experts to equip you with the knowledge you need to thrive. But more on that later. And if that's not enough, as your ally, we also have our pitch competition where you can win a share of cash and prizes of up to US $15,000. Let's see what's on offer.
Do you have an innovative idea for a great business? Participate in our Innovation Challenge. Flow Business is inviting anyone with a killer business idea to participate in this pitch competition for a chance to win up to $15,000 in prizes. Here's all you need to do. Go to www.innovationchallenge.com and share a 2-minute video explaining your business plan idea. Our first place will win $5,000 in cash, free broadband, and our Smart Solutions package for a year, a free 30-second TV ad, and personalized business coaching. But there's so much more. Go ahead and start working on that video. Explain how you'll use the money, what your digital strategy is going to be, and how you'll contribute to your local community. The top 5 business ideas will be invited to participate in the final pitch competition on October 29th. Sign up today at InKnowvation.com.
It's pretty simple to take part. All you have to do is go to InKnowvationChallenge.com and submit just a 2-minute video that you can record on your phone, at home, in the office, at work. In the video, you just need to explain how you'll use the investment to grow your business through digital tools and technologies. Easy peasy, right? So remember to enter, go to InKnowvationChallenge.com, and the competition closes on Monday. So make sure you enter before then. Now it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, a multi-talented professional woman in the person of Trisha Kusal.
Introducing our keynote speaker, Trisha Kusal, the 65th president of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, spearheads the effort to create an environment that facilitates trade and growth, allowing small businesses to prosper. Trisha is an executive director of finance and administration at the Kusals Group of Companies. She holds a master's degree in business administration. Give it up for Trisha.
Thank you, Yolan, for that lovely introduction. Good morning and well wishes to all participants joining us across the region. You may have been too busy surviving to stop and observe the magnitude of your business still standing as of today, 15th of October 2021. So I want to do it with you. Your business survived. You, your family, your enterprise, the 1 to 100 people who depend on your operations to also live, your customers and your country's economy, all still standing. In spite of how bad it got, we are here. We each know people and seemingly solid businesses that did not get this far past one of the most devastating collective events we will have experienced in this lifetime. For this accomplishment, each of you deserves acknowledgement to celebrate presence on your terms. To help get in the spirit and to process the feat, I recommend that Beyoncé's Survivor be the soundtrack stuck in each of our heads for the rest of the year. We must first acknowledge surviving the last 18 months. We must then sustain the fight to regain liquidity, stability, and eventually ascendancy in our respective areas of operation. Having also taken my own suggestion of a long gratitude moment with my staff, I want to use my time with you today to dig into the latter idea we are currently working on, strategizing for making business recovery a reality. Our strategy is based on something I heard long ago before pandemic was the word of the day for a year. A chief executive said over and over to his staff, "Don't waste a good crisis." Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? The message took some time to sink in, but once it did, everyone in the organization began to view austerity of the period with respect. This is what I too am recommending. Find a new value in present conditions for your business model and daily operations in the pandemic age we are living through. I will roll out this strategy in 4 points, which I hope you will take and make your own. The principles of the strategy are: 1. Seek to control your sphere of orbit. 2. Reframe adversity. 3. Embrace and experiment with new ideas. And 4. Focus on finding joy. The most current and probably biggest challenge facing any business, but with higher consequences for SMEs, is bottlenecks in the global supply chain. Think of this as the aftershock of an earthquake. The worst of the shake is over, but the echo of it bounces back and ripples are far felt for a while. To me, it's a situation we are facing in various To me, in this situation we are facing in various forms, how many of us have control of this? How many of us have the resources to promptly reroute our supply chain, to take alternate steps to acquire products that will continue to allow normal operations? I imagine the answer to these questions would suggest that more than 80% of SMEs cannot engage as they like and cannot reconfigure as they want. So what now? I recommend actively not thinking, focusing, and rehashing with peers and employees the conditions that are causing operational hindrances that are entirely out of your control. To keep doing this is to be putting your energy, resources, and focus to waste. Day in, day out, dwelling on the absence of product, the losses being incurred, and the market share that is slipping away is to waste a good crisis. Resources will be better expended on your redirecting attention towards business functions that are within your control. Some ways of effecting this principle is by asking your staff for ideas that can be developed in this time, dusting off plans you had shelved for a long time, and surveying your customers to pick their brains for spin off products and services they would like you to introduce. Your management team could also be working at retraining staff, meeting regularly to have dialogue on past procedural issues that have been previously pushed aside. This time could also be used to study your competitor at a depth your firm has not had time to do. Frankly, if I were you and had to operationalize this principle, I will sit with management and plan out a program that includes some of all these activities. This can be done over the course of 6 to 10 weeks and target different departments or individuals to spearhead each area and a date for reporting. In effect, what you're controlling is the strength of operations, efficiency of people while keeping them employed, and building up the resilience of your firm. The objective of operationalizing this principle is to position your firm in such a way that when adversity passes, as it always does, the firm is sharper, cleaner, and tuned up to pounce on bigger and better marketplace action. My last word on this principle is that you should take comfort in the fact that this supply chain challenge is being experienced by all companies at the same time. The crisis is common to all, but a good response is relative to some. The principle of reframing adversity comes from psychology, meaning it has a data driven and scientific foundation. Reframing in a therapeutic sense is essentially looking for the upsides of events. Every action has positive and negative consequences, every rose has thorns. We can choose to focus on the trials and tribulations of business operations or choose to focus on the many good things business ownership brings to the quality of life. The ability to personally and organizationally reframe adversity, by the way, is correlated to burnout, endurance of hardship, and overall long term success rates. It is not just about finding the bright side of situations and ignoring all the bad stuff. I am not advocating a head in the sand approach, but reality must be faced head on in order to be addressed. What I am saying, however, is that the attitude brought to that reality of adversity contributes to how it affects you and your firm and helps to determine if survival is a possible outcome or not. I think of the choice to reframe adversity or to dwell on it as a matter of self fulfilling prophecy. If you say you can overcome, you will. If you say you can't, you won't. It will be as you say it should be. The first two principles dovetail into the third one. If you are focused on controlling what you can, and if you are reframing conditions to see the upsides they are presenting, experimenting with new ideas for your business is not going to be too far a reach for your firm. Let me dig in a bit. I have observed that we have a tendency to circulate within our respective industries with people who have been previously we have previously built relationships with. This is good, this is safe, it is a necessity, but by itself, it will not bring you new ideas for revenue streams, products, markets, pools of skilled people, and investment capital. An easy way to materialize the objective of this principle within the strategy of not wasting a good crisis is by networking where you have not previously done so. Let me remind you that I'm the president of the board of directors of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, TTMA. My presidency took effect of all the possible times in March 2021 during the height of the pandemic. So I am drawing on my experience to bolster my point. Stepping out of your comfort zone into uncertainty helps to build those resilience and innovation muscles. A quote I have come to intimately understand is this: all progress takes place outside the comfort zone. Coming into office at the start of a period when the country and the economy are in uncharted waters of trying to be raised from unprecedented global conditions and to lead manufacturers in this is my definition of leaving comfort behind. On the flip side, it has been a most exhilarating 6 months of challenging work that has brought great satisfaction and rewards. I've been able to help my country and fellow citizens cultivate an influx of ideas and skills and a level of disruptive thinking that I am sure to draw on in my own businesses and for many years to come. Were you to become a member of the TTMA, you will be afforded similar opportunities, and why not do so now, when what you need are novel approaches to solving your present challenges, and more importantly, as a member, you get to do this in a safe space. The TTMA has a strong and solid base with a membership that comprises of more than 70% SMEs. That means that the TTMA is a concentration of business owners who are working through the same challenges, and the camaraderie and support that it gives to each member is unmatched, especially when there is no prior experience for enterprise to draw on. The strength of the membership is a backing of security. During the pandemic, we are able to focus and assist SMEs in the following ways. Number one, encourage them to pivot to take advantage of the offerings of the digital world. Simple solutions such as ensuring employees had access to their emails remotely via servers and encouraging all our SMEs to sign up with their different financial institutions for online banking was a start to operation continuity. Number two, TTMA itself pivoted and began hosting webinars on topics such as human resource management solutions, digital transformation, and financial management in a COVID-19 environment. TTMA understands that SMEs may experience cash flow issues, but having an expert panelist to show in tangible terms the cost benefit breakdown of investing in new machinery assisted many SMEs in taking the leap. TMA also sought to assist SMEs via signing memorandums of understanding with various institutions. These memorandums ensure these institutions offer modules and training to SMEs at affordable prices. TTMA once again pivoted into the virtual realm, allowing business to continue in 2020 as we hosted virtual trade missions to Jamaica, Barbados, and Guyana, which have allowed participating SMEs to expand within those markets. TTMA also sought to pivot and host our annual Trade and Investment Convention as a hybrid model of the convention, which takes place from the 5th of November to the 7th of November this year. We encourage SMEs to sign up, as we will be having our physical exhibition of companies as well as our digital aspect of the webinars. This is what I mean when I said earlier that now is the best time to become a member of the TTMA. You can ask the TTMA for guidance on how to maximize your bang for the buck. They are all about advocating for your interest and will work to accommodate any reasonable request, including getting experts to speak on matters you specifically want to learn and navigate in this new normal. Visit ttma.com for more information. This brings me to my final principle in the don't waste a good crisis strategy I've been telling you about. It is item number 4. Focus on finding joy in whatever the conditions you find yourself in. Another one of those simple quotations that I love but do not recall the source of is bloom where you are planted. Happiness and success are not to be futuristic goals. If anything, the pandemic has taught us is that now is all each of us has. Find a way to enjoy it. This entails actively seeking out people, interactions, events, and experiences that feed the need to be happy in mind and spirit. This allows continuity in conditions that we may deem less than ideal, while keeping in mind that less than ideal conditions is a permanent feature of life on this earth, no matter the part of it you inhabit. This is an objective that should therefore be pursued at many levels simultaneously. Apart from seeking joy at the level of home and personal well being, it is a springboard from which you can launch into target areas such as team building, personal development, getting physically active, and volunteering in underprivileged communities across the country. These are activities that SMEs often want to do but never prioritize. Not wasting a good crisis means presently exploring these soft skills, building a present that transcends selling something to somebody, but serving their humanity. That alone is worth the effort as it brings fulfillment and joy, but no good deed goes without reward. Your firm will be remembered in the right time by those who have gained respect for you, your brand, and the values of you and your staff choose to live up to by actions, not just sound bites and social media. So again, colleagues, I cannot urge you enough. Do not wait for us to return to a level of normalcy. Find ways for your firm to not waste a good crisis, but use the hidden opportunities within it to reveal a stronger and more agile SME. The strategy and its principles are illustrated in how my own company, Top Class Distributors Limited, has dealt with the pandemic. We operate in luxury lines of beauty products such as Fenty and Kylie Cosmetics, along with unique gift items and stationery, to name a few. Through my portfolio at the Kusas Group, I understood the importance of establishing an online presence and, in fact, mentored SMEs on doing same. As such, when I came to Top Class, I felt that investing in a strong website and social media presence were critical. When the pandemic struck, we were able to keep some semblance of activity as it was online. The challenge first laid in getting deliveries done as movement was restricted and keeping both employees and customers safe. Top class distributors benefited from the digital advantage. We were also able to transition into trendy masks as demand grew, and again through digital media, we were able to tap into that market. I am pleased that I have had this opportunity to share my firm's rollout of this strategy. I know many others are trying to do the same. Please do not do it alone. Build up others by sharing how you are changing your business model from the inside, and let us all walk through this time in the history of the world in greater unity. Thank you for your attention. I wish you all success.
Thank you, Trisha. That was a really outstanding address with so many nuggets. Don't waste a good crisis.
Thank you.
Bloom where you planted that you ended on. You told us to put that resilience and innovative muscle into practice. And then you also said every rose has thorns. So it's about a realistic perspective on our circumstance. I think I speak for all attendees when I say that I'm more inspired to pursue my passion project with the very practical tips that you shared. I have a few questions for you,
Yes.
if you permit me. Yeah?
Sure,
All right.
Yolanda, of course. And I do encourage everyone to get out of their comfort zone. And the only way you will know if you can do it is if you try.
Exactly. And we're really inspired by you. So the first question I have for you is the COSA group of companies. It's been serving Trinidad and Tobago's manufacturing industry for over 70 years, supporting many large-scale infrastructure projects across the country. Many of our attendees are actually here. They are from family-owned businesses. So what advice do you, Trisha, have for them, in achieving longevity within a family-owned business? How can they work towards achieving the scale that the Kusal Group enjoys today?
I think it's important to realize in family business that you must first uh, separate your family life and your professional life. And as long as you focus on that and you focus on your goals and objectives, I think you can achieve what needs to be done. Keeping in mind that there must be clear lines of authority and there must be clear objectives where each family member has. They have their particular division or particular area that must fall under them, and that's very important to allow proper structure to take place as well as autonomy. So each member of the family, like all members of an organization, must understand their role and the value that they add, and must be afforded a level of autonomy to ensure that they feel comfortable in carrying out their functions.
Okay, I hear you. So, as it relates to the multiple roles that you serve in, overseeing a vast array of business streams, I think most small owners can relate to that, right? Wearing many hats and juggling multiple roles, multiple responsibilities. Being successful at that, however, is a challenge, right? So, how do you successfully balance what may be competing priorities? What guidance can you share with our small business owners who are here with us, who may be in a similar circumstance?
So Yolanda, that definitely is a challenge, and of course, the small and medium owners would totally understand wearing multiple hats. You have to answer the phone, you have to be the assistant, you have to be the manager, you have to be director. It goes without saying. I think it's very important to have the correct human resource personnel with you. You must have a valued, trusted employees that are dependable and that are reliant. I also think that time management is essential. You are able to prioritize, plan, and schedule. Planning and scheduling will allow you to continue to hit your targets and will allow you not just to get bogged down with the mundane, everyday tasks of running the business, but being able to step back for a bit, take a breath, and being able to set clear goals and targets that you would like to achieve. I think that's very, very important and will again allow a proper flow of your personal life, of your business life, of your company, of your image out there with time management. I think that's very, very important.
Excellent, thank you. And participants, Trisha is speaking from experience. Remember the many hats she wears, right? And those are very, very big hats that she's wearing as well. So Trisha, I said a few questions. So here's my last. If you could sum up the contribution of small businesses to society in just one word, what would that word be?
I think it's essential. Another would be vital. I think they are the salt of society that keeps us going. I know you asked for one word, but I cannot emphasize enough how important SMEs are to our countries, to our economies. I think they play a very important role, and I think oftentimes they are not acknowledged enough for it, and they don't acknowledge themselves as well for the vital role that they play in our economies.
Yeah, I agree with you. The salt of our society. I'm stealing that one, right? Trisha, thank you so much. Your wealth of experience and your generous sharing of your lessons learned are truly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your insights.
Thank you so much for having me. It's greatly appreciative, and I wish everyone success.
Thank you. So we'll be shortly chatting with Solange to hear from her firsthand, from a business owner navigating the challenges and opportunities of 2021. But before that, a quick reminder on our competition.
Do you have an innovative idea for a great business? Participate in our Innovation Challenge. Flow Business is inviting anyone with a killer business idea to participate in this pitch competition for a chance to win up to $15,000 in prizes. Here's all you need to do. Go to www.innovationchallenge.com and share a 2-minute video explaining your business plan idea. Our first place will win $5,000 in cash, free broadband, and our Smart Solutions package for a year, a free 30-second TV ad, and personalized business coaching. But there's so much more. Go ahead and start working on that video. Explain how you'll use the money, what your digital strategy is going to be, and how you'll contribute to your local community. The top 5 business ideas will be invited to participate in the final pitch competition on October 29th. Sign up today at innovationchallenge.com.
Do not miss your chance to win cash prizes of up to 15,000 US dollars, as well as free business broadband for a year, free smart solutions for a year, your very own TV commercial on Flow TV, and 1 hour's coaching with a digital expert. So now it's time for us to shine the spotlight on one of our valued business owner, Solange Richardson, who's owner of Soleil Beauty Salon, which she founded back in 2003. Let's introduce Solange.
Now join us in a conversation with Solange Richardson. She is the founder and CEO of Soul, Beauty for the Soul. A Trinidad staple since 2003, Soul offers services such as nail artistry and waxing. Solange is also well known online and in local media, where she gives beauty tips and participates in local runway shows. Her mantra, in the process of changing the local fashion scene and concept on the nail industry, always striving to be better than the best. Welcome, Solange.
Welcome, Solange. It's been a tough year for all of us, be it personally or professionally. What have been the main challenges you faced as a result of COVID-19?
Well, the main challenges, there were a few, like loss of income, having to totally shut down, relocate, because I was presently in Port of Spain, Trinidad, and I had to relocate to the east. Lost of clients, I have to scale down the business and stuff like that and work on my own. So that was really challenging at that point in time, and it was very sudden. So it was a lot of adapting. So those were the challenging things.
I hear you. We've heard a lot about the challenges. Maybe
Yes.
we are living through many of these ourselves. What, if any, opportunities have presented themselves to you as a result of the pandemic?
Well, one of the good opportunities, because now I don't have to do the commute anymore.
Right.
So I saved on gas.
That 2-hour commute, one way, right?
So I saved on gas. I had like a little project about to start at home, so I was able to be at home to supervise that project. Courses that I would have been able to wanted to do and would have had to travel for, now everything was offered online.
Right.
So that was one of the major plus. And also, I was listening to Trisha and a lot of things she was saying. I was able to stop and reevaluate my business,
Right.
because you're going at a pace and sometimes a lot of things slip through the cracks. So I was able to like sit back and really take a look at what was going on and try to adjust. So that was it was a blessing in disguise.
What about some of the clients in terms of opportunities moving from west Trinidad going to northeast
Yes.
Trinidad? How did that, how were your clientele, or was your clientele affected at all?
Yes, it was greatly affected, like by 50%.
Okay.
So it worked out because of the situation and the health standards that was put in place.
Right.
So it kind of worked out somewhat, but it was a drastic change, something to adjust to. And a lot of my clients, were affected with everything that happened also. So that was some of the things that I had to deal with.
Okay. Challenges, opportunities.
Yes.
Anything else in terms of what you may have, having, no longer having to commute, being home for a little bit longer in the day? Were there any other activities that you may have put on hold that you said, okay, you know what?
Yes, as I said, some classes, some things that I would have started and stopped,
Right.
I said, what, let me focus on this. Now I have the time.
Okay.
So that's where they keep saying, I said, I have the time, let me do that. So that was, I also like reached out to clients. I had to kind of change up some things because, you were very uncertain time, still is.
Yeah.
And I just took it one day at a time
Okay.
at that point.
All right. How has your mindset changed though in dealing with these challenges and these opportunities? How has your mindset changed?
My mindset has changed drastically in the sense of, you were thinking a certain way at one time, and then when COVID come and happen, it's come like everything now is on the same playing field.
Correct.
Right? I had to change the way I think about a lot of things. it even something, what's up, dwelling on myself and started to look outward how I could help other people.
Right.
That's where I'm like the beauty services, where we try to help other beauty professionals get their act together, get ready for whenever we reopen. So I channeled some of my energies in that direction.
Okay.
But the mindset change was drastic, and it continues, because it don't just change and then stay like that. I realized that my mindset have to change with whatever changes that will come.
Okay. I think you had shared with me that you'd also gotten involved with Beauty Association.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So the Beauty Association is out there to represent all beauty professionals,
Right.
whether you're documented or not,
Okay.
right? We want to get everybody onto the same level. We want to get the health practices in place that, people will feel comfortable coming to whatever establishment that you may have, and also to have a voice for the beauty professionals, because, we don't have a voice, we're not regulated, and we're trying to get on track with that. So, and COVID showed us that, it is needed, and it's needed now.
Gotcha.
So I was glad to be involved and help with other colleagues, help form that association.
So it went from looking inward to looking outward, and
Yes.
more in a wider sense,
Yes.
by getting involved in the industry and not just your specific
And just exactly so.
business. Excellent. And as a personal client of Solange, you're close up with my nails if you can. Just kidding. I know that you had a busy calendar, but then the beauty industry came to a screeching halt with extended lockdowns in
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago. So how have you been able to use digital tools and technologies in the day-to-day running of your business?
Well, I kept in constant contact with my clients. So now that I had the time,
Right.
a lot of lives, a lot of DIYs on the lives. I set up different segments for clients to tune in, things that I thought my clients things that they thought that they didn't need,
Right.
because they always came to the salon. I was now offering it to them online, getting little kits together so that they can do the same DIY at home.
Tell us a little bit about those kits.
So, like, most people come to get their hands and their feet done. So I created manicure kits, I created pedicure kits.
Right.
I actually had a live session in the salon, and I had all my apparatus hooked up so that they could follow along. So, and I have to keep their, listen, it was a lot. Because that constant contact with them, like if the eye in the salon, because I had to keep that vibe going.
Right.
So I did, yes.
Keep the clients connected.
Keep connected. So I did a lot of that and a lot of DIYs, and just keep them abreast of what is
I find
going
that's
on.
outstanding. So it wasn't that, if I teach them how to do a pedicure at home, they won't come back to the salon. It was really about empowering your clients.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, because they don't want to do it for themselves, but they had no other choice.
Correct, because it was lockdown.
Yes, but they were very much entertained also.
Okay, that's good to hear. So you talked about social media, being active on social media. How can people find you on social media?
Well, they can find me on Instagram at Sole by Solange. They can find me on Facebook at Sole Beauty for the Soul.
Right.
Also Solange Richardson. You could find me on Twitter at Soul Nail Artist.
Okay, so you're all over.
All over.
All over. Can you just repeat that for anyone who may have missed it? Where we
Sole
can
by
find you?
Solange on Instagram, Sole Beauty for the Soul on Facebook, or Solange Richardson, and Soul Nail Artist on Twitter.
Okay, excellent. In the modern age, we see CX, or customer experience, is a impactful differentiator. That's what makes the difference. People will choose your business over another because of the experience you offer them, how you make them feel.
Yes.
Doesn't matter the price, because I felt good when I got there, when I, during the entire service, when I left. What tips do you have for other business owners in terms of offering first-class customer service?
My tips
Customer experience, I should say.
tips will be, you need to get to know your client, your market. When you have the client, when you have the market, you need to get to know these clients personally. What drives them when they come, what they do, where they go. You have to be in tune with them, because then if you're not in tune with them, you will be able to offer what they need. And most of the time, people come to you when they have a problem, and you have to be able to solve that problem, right? So if you know what is going on in their life, you can know what to offer them. You can add, you can solve. If you don't see them, you can give them a call. So you have to be in constant communication. You cannot be like, okay, I just out here to make money. No, the clients will pick up that. You have to be authentic. You have to be yourself. You can't pretend. They will feel all of that coming. Say, no, she just offer my money. I will guide them accordingly, because I know what they need. So that is how I connect. That is what that is one of my tips I would give. You have to be in connecting with your client, you have to know who your client is.
Okay. And I think Trisha alluded to that when she spoke as well. I have a question for you as it relates to your, because Trisha also spoke about networking so that you can have different perspectives. That's when she said, every rose has a thorn. It depends on perspective. She's not saying put your head in the sand, but really be realistic about what's out there. So tell me a little bit about some of the extracurricular activities in terms of, are you involved in any NGO? Are you involved in giving back? Because she did see that small business owners sometimes, have the time because you're so busy running your business.
Yes.
So are you involved? And can you tell us a
I
little
am
bit
involved in AFED, which is Association for Female Executive of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, very good.
And I was on the board of AFED up to 2020. And, so that, because I remember when I put up anything, I was involved in social outreach, which dealing with young girls between the ages of 14 to 17. And our last actually project with them was in 2019, I think. And I always posting saying I'm no more than just nails, right? So I get involved in that. I like to mentor young girls. And so that was one of my babies, I must say.
Okay.
And I also have assistants who I mentor also.
Okay, so talking about babies, before we get to the assistants, so your mentor, tell me a little bit about this REACH program. Full disclosure, I was also president of AFET around the time when Solan served. So tell our audience a little bit about this REACH mentorship program in the context of what Trisha said about SME finding the time to get involved in their community.
Right. So the REACH mentorship program mostly go to disadvantaged communities and get the young girls together, and that's where AFET get involved and help them with skills going out into the workforce, how to do a resume, how to dress for the occasion, and help them build vision boards and stuff like that. So I was able to use my being an entrepreneur, being a salon owner, to help them, because then showing them that you can do alternative occupations and still be sustainable, and working with these young girls, it really helped me also. Instead of I going there to help mentor them, yes, but they were also teaching me something. So that is a program that AFET has had for a while, and I hope that soon that we'll be able to continue this program.
You spoke about exploring alternatives when you said you told the girls. So I know a little bit about your behind the story, how you started. You were not always a nail tech.
No, I used to do drafting.
Right. So can you tell us a little bit about that story?
Yes, I worked in drafting because I went to John Day, did drafting for probably 11 years. I did drafting and did the nails.
How did the switch from,
well, the switch happened organically.
Construction industry to beauty industry? How did that happen?
I don't know. It just was a thing, and it just blossomed from there because I like how I made people feel. I like that self-esteem boost that I gave, and it also empowered me. And then I was laid off, and then that was the next best thing, and I just continued there, and that has been over 10 years now.
Okay, so little story. My husband works in the construction industry. They work together at the same company. And I was looking for a nail tech, and my husband said, I have a colleague who can do it.
Yes.
So I was like, she's working with you? How is she doing nails?
Multitask.
She constructing nails. So that's how I met and fell in love with Solange and her experience.
I always use little things from the construction industry when I'm doing nails, especially when I'm explaining to clients how you structure a nail.
Correct.
It always ties in.
Right.
So it went from drawing on paper to actually just drawing on nails.
Good. So you moved from, like you said, constructing with actual construction material to constructing on a smaller scale.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you brought that attention to detail to your business.
Yes.
And you're like, don't mean to plug Solange, but I am a client of hers. And she really is, excellent. I read somewhere, Solange, that the first step in exceeding your customers' expectations is to know those expectations.
Yes.
Or their problems.
Yes.
So you can solve them, right?
Yes.
So you mentioned before something about, solving your problem. So let's continue that discussion on problem solving. As a business owner, when speaking to businesses, in your field or out, who might be looking for support, how best can an organization who's positioned to support small business, how best can we support businesses, and if you can bring to bear your association with the Beauty Services Association, if you could bring to bear any feedback you may have from them to share with
Yes,
us.
well, most of them is asking like for funding because you'd have been shut down, your rent is piling up, lack of getting products and stuff like that. So most people want funding to start or to reboot.
Right.
Businesses can reach out to their SMEs, or even in my case, we over COVID, they realized you're not really a small business, it's a micro small business.
Yep.
So, we have different challenges also. So, we have to reach out to our vendors, and our vendors could reach out to find out who I have on my client list that needs my help. So funding is one of them, just to cover basic overhead so that they can see their way through, because we have been in 2 lockdowns, and this one even worse than the one before, because we was like down for 4 months.
Yeah.
So that would have kind of set us back, already being set back last year. So funding and just working with us.
Funding for what specifically? Give me an example.
Basic. So most likely you may have to get your rent paid, or you may have to find a new location.
Okay.
And you may need, your deposits and stuff like that, first and last month's rent. You may need products to start. You may need to hire one person, or you might have to work by yourself for a little while.
Right.
So just your basic to start or to reboot from after coming out of the lockdown.
Funding your internet package so you can stay online.
All that.
So you can continue posting your...
So you could continue posting, you could continue doing your lives, probably helping getting their website built up, probably helping work, probably on new, even like accountants.
Yeah, I have a surprise for you later on, but go ahead.
Even like for accountants, reaching out, helping us get our finances together, because, today is the deadline for the filing the returns. So helping us get, because most of the time our finances are not in order because we're so busy actually doing the work.
Correct.
So we need people to reach out to us to help with that, not just funding, but helping manage our funds.
Okay. What role, just to get a little sense of the Beauty Association, Beauty Services Association of Trinidad and Tobago, what role did they play in terms of getting you all ready for the reopening of the sector? Because the sector is reopened now.
Right, the sector is reopened.
My nails.
The sector is reopened. What we did, we used the protocols and guidelines that the health ministry offered. We also, because the beauty services, if people don't know, we do operate under certain health guidelines. We're supposed to, right? Because we are dealing with humans, we're dealing with products, we're dealing with chemicals. So we was able to send to the ministry the guidelines for the different things, safe ways for each discipline to open and get the beauty professionals ready for opening. If they were not operating under the right conditions before, we wanted them to get ready, because everybody want to get out and work, but you have to get out and work safely. So that was our instrumental. And of course, we was using social media, doing lives. We had other people coming in, especially on this second lockdown. We had a doctor come in, we had somebody from insurance, just keeping them updated on what it is they need to do, or what they will need, or ask them what they need help with. So that was our rule.
Okay, so if I come to your salon, what am I going to see that's different as a result of, the support, or any salon, as a matter of fact, that would be evidence of the Beauty Services Association support? Is there a certification?
Well, we were working on that because it is tedious, right? We are working on all of that. We have posters, for the different disciplines, because each discipline will follow a basic health guideline.
And these disciplines include, can you just for the benefit?
So we have so many. So you have a nail technician, you have hairdressers, you have barbers, you have lash technicians, you have makeup artists, you have tattoo artists, you have who doing mehendi, you have who doing cavitation, and a whole slew of different services, because sometimes under makeup you have so much breakdowns and different things, natural hair. So all these different disciplines will require the basic health protocols, and then you'll have extended, because what a barber will do, or what I will do, we're coming to certain things, because the barber not using nippers and things like that. So so everyone have their own disciplines where you'll have it posted in your shop, so that your clients, when they come in now, they know what to expect.
Right.
That is things that we want to, those are just basic things, that when your client come in, your client could feel safe, that you could offer them a safe environment to come and get their services done.
Okay. So you get the temperature checks.
You get your temperature check, you have your sink to wash your hands,
yes.
You have your social distancing, you do. So a lot of people would have just you call, you book an appointment. A lot of people have gone online and have online bookings, so that, you book your time. When you come, it's you alone, which I have always done.
Yeah.
Right. So we got a lot of people updated with that. You wear your mask, you wear your gloves. We asking, you have disposable aprons and these different things that, when you come, these are something new that probably people will come and see because people probably wasn't doing that before.
Right.
So you have a lot of disposable stuff also, like aprons and things you put around your neck. You have more than one tool to use on clients. You have that time space which you will disinfect your implements and stuff like that. All these are things that has now heightened due to COVID.
So it's not one client back to back to back to back.
No, because you need time now to sanitize and do all your different things.
Okay, so this again brings me back to the question of how can businesses support you, because it means before you may have double booked or you may have had more than one person doing multiple services in terms of businesses supporting. And I suppose this really emphasizes how critical financial support is.
Yes.
Because if your income was at a particular level pre-COVID, then even post-lockdown, even though you're building it back up, it's going to take you some time to gradually...
It will take some time. And a lot of things that we would have used before is now double, triple in price.
Right.
Cleaning supplies. It's so you go back out and your expenses or expenditure is even more than it was before. And now you're making half the amount you're making.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of balancing and just working with what you have.
Okay.
And bloom where you're planted, according to Trisha.
That's right. That's right. Bloom where you're planted. I have another question for you.
Yes.
What is your mantra or motto? What motivates you each day? Because I have been coming to your salon many, many, many years, and I don't think I've ever seen you down. I've never seen you sad. So what keeps you going?
My clients. One of my motto is empowering women with polish. I not only do women, I do men also, but they are also empowered when they come. But empowering women with polish, I like the way I make people feel. I'm in a business to serve, and I like serving. Okay. Right? I don't look at myself as a servant, but I like serving. I like empowering women. I deal with some very important women, and I like that.
Give us some examples. Don't call any names, but give us some examples of these important women.
I can't give examples because I give examples, you will know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, so because of the nature, the caliber of your clientele.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel empowered to service these powerful women. And that not every day you will feel to come and work like, oh my gosh, today. But when you get that uniform on, you get into that salon, and I don't know where the feeling goes.
Yeah.
Because you come here to make a difference. The client don't care if you, even though they do ask.
Yes.
But my clients empower me. We feed off of each other. The vibe, they know that I'm authentic. They know that Solange comes, Solange is not going to lie to them. I give it to them straight. That's one of the things that's kind of, I give it to them.
Tell it like it is.
Tell it like it is.
You're also very entertaining, Solange.
Very entertaining, yes.
Thank you so much for your authentic sharing with us today. My personal wish for you is continued success and lots of love in your future.
Thank you so very much.
So it's almost time for expert-led breakout workshops, where you'll have the opportunity to expand your knowledge in a dynamic topic. We're covering everything from digital payments to social media best practices. First, however, let's hear about an exciting new product from Flow Business that I told Solange about that would make working better for business owners by providing them with their very own business website within 1 week. Have a look at this.
Imagine your business at the click of a button and a powerful online presence without lifting a finger. We'll build your custom website and online store in 7 days or less. We'll even manage the boring stuff so you can focus on the good stuff, like your new, easy-to-find online menu. And don't forget 24/7 support. Think of us as your trusted partner who wants to see your business take off. We make it simple. Ready to go live?
Wow, what an interesting solution, Solange, right? And one I know many small business owners have been waiting for. Your very own cost-effective website with no need for you yourself to be a digital expert. Keeping things moving, we're now switching gears to our expert-led workshops. We have 4 different breakout workshops on offer. Any you choose, and you can choose, which workshop you'd like to join in a few minutes. But before we do that, let's see what's actually on offer.
Take part in our breakout workshops and elevate your hustle. These 4 interactive sessions are each led by a subject matter expert to provide small business owners with the expertise they need to make the most of digital tools and technologies for the benefit of their business. Simply choose the session you'd like to join. Christabel Brown, General Manager, We Shops. Increase sales by accepting digital payments. Cadian Preston, CEO, Carib Shopper. Expand your clientele by selling to the US and Canada. Hannah Swift, Country Manager, Virgin Atlantic. Boost your brand with an impactful website and social media. Kieran Rose, Flow Business Brand Ambassador and Digital Marketing Expert. Improve your leads with cost-effective marketing campaigns. Take your business to the next level.
Okay, now, so you've seen what's available, right? Here's how to join. All you have to do is click on Breakouts button at the top of the screen. And from there, you just select one of the 4 workshops that you'd like to join. It's super easy. Just click Breakouts at the top of the screen and then select which workshop you'd like to join. Make sure to take copious notes, as there's a quiz at the end of each session, plus prizes to be won. So I'll see you back here in just over an hour and 15 minutes. We'll reconvene in this window, the main session at 12:15 Trinidad time. So do enjoy the workshop.
2.
Welcome back, everyone. I trust you learned lots in your workshops, and I'm excited that the small business community is now equipped with skills and expertise to return to your business and watch it thrive in this digital age. Thank you, Kadian, Hannah, Christabel, and Karen for sharing your expert knowledge. With Hannah, participants, you would have learned how to get started with your own website and social media. Karen would have showed you how to take your first steps in cost-effective marketing tactics. Christabel, she would have took you through the fantastic WePay product so you can start taking payments online. And then Kadian, he would have rounded out the explanations on how you can go even further using a marketplace such as Carib Shopper to start selling your products to the US and Canada. You know, we're really keen that every small business owner at InKnowvation has the opportunity to expand their expertise in more than just one topic. So we're actually inviting you to join us next week to attend another one of these workshops. And we can't not say a big congratulations to the winners of the Test Your Knowledge quiz at the end of each workshop. And these winners are, you see them on the screen: Alicia Ann Roxborough, Nuba Caribbean, Donna Medina, and Lizelle Roberts. So you've all won yourself an Amazon gift card valued at $100 US. So we'll be in touch with you, so we can share that with you. Now, before we hear our closing remarks, I wanted to again remind you about the fantastic pitch competition that closes on Monday. Remember that, right? It closes on Monday. You have the chance to win a share of up to $15,000 US. Let's take a look.
Do you have an innovative idea for a great business? Participate in our Innovation Challenge. Flow Business is inviting anyone with a killer business idea to participate in this pitch competition for a chance to win up to $15,000 US in prizes. Here's all you need to do. Go to www.innovationchallenge.com and share a 2-minute video explaining your business plan idea. Our first place will win $5,000 US in cash, free broadband, and our Smart Solutions package for a year, a free 30-second TV ad, and personalized business coaching. But there's so much more. Go ahead and start working on that video. Explain how you'll use the money, what your digital strategy is going to be, and how you'll contribute to your local community. The top 5 business ideas will be invited to participate in the final pitch competition on October 29th. Sign up today at innovationchallenge.com.
So that URL again to enter the pitch competition is innovationchallenge.com. It's that simple, right? Participants all, thank you. Thank you so much for investing your time, which I assure you will redound to the benefits of your business. I'd just like to remind you of something that Bradley, our B2B director, when he opened, said. He said, Small Business Month is designed to signal to the small business community that we at B2C and Flow Business are putting significant resources behind our commitment to the sector. And don't you doubt that. So with these words, I'd like to wrap up and hand things over to my colleague and friend, Denisha Hamilton-Bailey, who is our SME Sales Manager for Flow Business, to deliver the closing remarks. Denisha?
Thanks so much, Yolande. Thank you. So, friends, colleagues, valued stakeholders, we want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us and this being our second session of Small Business Fridays in this innovation conference series powered by Flow Business. During this month of October, Flow Business has a clear and needle point, precision, on our customers, right? And what we're trying to do is be informative in this digital age and providing you with the much needed information and support. And today's session, we must say, was very informative, right? This information with some of the valuable insight shared by Trisha we were able to create our next, it allows you to create your next opportunity. It allows you to be able to move through and then sustain the momentum and be able to survive this particular digital age and the changes. And from the insightful information that we just learned, we must understand that we must understand that it's necessary. We want to thank you, Trisha Kusal, for taking the time to share with us your professional experience and your valuable information, encouraging the small, medium businesses, many of the businesses, allowing them to be able to turn around what's happening, right? And be able to conform and to change with the times. Your knowledge, your insightfulness was more than valuable. And we're happy that you were here, and we must say thank you. Thank you also to Solange. Her insights from a small business small business view. We were able to see how during this lockdown in Trinidad and during the COVID period, she was able to pivot. She was able to change. She was able to use different offerings that were useful in the ways that would make her business thrive, right? Likewise, we want to say thank you, Solange, for that help and that information that a lot of our small business customers would definitely value. Most importantly, let me say thank you to our stakeholders, that without you, we wouldn't be here. We want to say thank you to Christabel Brown from WePay. We want to say thank you to Mr. Preston from from Carib Shopper. We want to say thank you to Hannah Swift, the country manager of Virgin Atlantic, and our digital marketing expert and Flow Business Ambassador, Karen Rose. With your support, we would not have been able to open this virtual door, giving our SMBs the ability to learn, to get a different point of view, to get ideas, and be able to sustain their business, sustain their livelihoods. I also thank the entire Flow Business team for the commitment that they continue to show in keeping small businesses connected to the things that matter most. And as we continue to collaborate with small and medium businesses and continue to collaborate during the Small Business Month this October, I invite you to join us next week, where we will be in Jamaica and we will be hosting our feature speaker would be Spice. She's a businesswoman, DJ, philanthropist. She has a host of knowledge in how to bring up and to manage small businesses in a time like this. So let us not also forget, as Yula reminded us, that there's the opportunity to win our $15,000 prize. Please, Monday is the deadline. You have a couple of days left. Please submit, because we want to be able to help our small businesses. The whole purpose of this is to help you all thrive and move forward. So we need to be able to get this out for you. So don't miss it. Please submit your information. And I'd like to leave you with this. As a company, we are motivated to expand and understand what it is, numerous ways of how the core services that we offer create prospects for socio-economic growth. So we want to help connect your customers with your brand. We need to lead them to where they're possible, right? We want you as a business to move forward and experience the most that you can during a time like this. Digital disruption is real. It is here. It's happening now. And more than ever, now is the time to transform, to be transformational, right? So we are here as a partner. We are here to help you and to keep you thriving, growing. And we do this simply because small business is big business. Gone were the days where we all thought that as a small business owner, you didn't have much to give. As Trisha would have stated, the majority of our economy throughout the region, 70% of our businesses, our economic state is dependent on small businesses. So we need you all. Please note that we need you all. We need you all to survive, and we need you all to remain. So with that said, thank you very much for joining us. And please, we look forward to seeing you next week, Friday.